80% of Aldi shoppers say they go there for savings. But what if I told you that some of their most loved products are vanishing in 2025? What if your favorite item is already gone and you didn't even notice? Stay with me, because number one on this list might just ruin your morning routine. Let's count down the 12 Aldi products being quietly phased out in 2025. 12. Earth-grown meatless Italian sausages. Have you ever found a plant-based product so good you forgot it wasn't meat? That was Aldi's earth-grown meatless Italian sausages. For thousands of vegans, vegetarians, and health-conscious shoppers, it wasn't just another freezer item, it was a game-changer. The texture, the flavor, the convenience, all of it felt like a win. Until now, in 2025, these sausages are being quietly phased out, and the silence from Aldi is louder than any press release. Shoppers are noticing. Reddit threads, Facebook groups, even TikToks are lighting up with one big question. Why is my favorite sausage gone? And the worst part? Aldi hasn't said a word. For those who built their weekly meals around this item, this isn't just disappointing. It's disruptive. A product that felt like it was made for you suddenly disappears, and you're left wondering if the next favorite will vanish too. Sound familiar? So let me ask you, did you ever try this one? Were you one of the loyal fans who felt like Aldi finally got it right with a plant-based option? Because if this was your go-to, it's time to look again. The shelves are clearing out, and this might be your last shot. And if you think this one stings, just wait until you see what Aldi pulled next. 11. Bellev Bold. Sparkling water. Do you remember when sparkling water actually tasted like something? Not just a whisper of fruit, but full-on flavor that hit just right. Bellev Bold from Aldi wasn't some generic LaCroix knockoff. It had character. Mango passion fruit, pineapple strawberry, flavors that felt like summer in a can. And in 2025, it's vanishing, quietly. No clearance stickers, no goodbye sale, just gone. Social media is already lit up with confusion. People are asking, tweeting, even posting videos, "Where's my Bellev?" And Aldi? Total silence. No announcement. No substitute. For fans who relied on this sparkling joy to make their day brighter, it's more than a disappointment. It feels like betrayal. A drink that added sparkle to your life, pulled from shelves without warning. And now the water aisle just feels flat. So let me ask you straight. Did Bellev sit in your fridge ready for that mid-afternoon pick-me-up? That bubbly reminder you didn't need soda to feel satisfied? Because if it did, you're probably staring at that empty spot on the shelf today, wondering why Aldi would pull something so loved. But hold tight, because if this fizzy favorite caught you off guard, the next discontinued item might actually mess with your mornings. 10. German roast coffee. For many, mornings didn't begin until that first sip of Aldi's German roast coffee. It wasn't just strong, it had attitude. That deep, rich flavor became a daily ritual, a comforting jolt that told your brain, all right, let's go. And now, in 2025, this beloved roast is quietly slipping away from shelves across the country. No announcement, no alternative, just gone, like it was never there. Think about it. How many of your best mornings started with this exact cup? One shopper nailed it when they said, "It felt like Aldi knew how I liked my mornings and then ghosted me." That's not just a missing product, that's a broken routine. You wake up, reach for your favorite roast, and suddenly realize you're out. But worse, Aldi's out too. And there's no telling when and or if it's coming back. So here's the real question. How do you start your day now? Are you settling for something that doesn't hit the same? Because when a product this essential gets phased out, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a disruption to your daily life. And if you think losing your coffee ritual is bad, just wait until you hear what Aldi did to item 9. 9. Earth-grown eggplant and yellow pepper. Vegan ravioli. Every Aldi shopper has that one frozen meal they trust. No thinking, no second guessing, just grab it and go. For plant-based eaters, that was the earth-grown eggplant and yellow pepper vegan ravioli. It wasn't just convenient, it was delicious. Light, flavorful, and shockingly satisfying. But in early 2025, Aldi confirmed what fans feared. It's been discontinued. Just like that, a staple was erased from the freezer aisle. No farewell, no fanfare, just a quiet disappearance. And for those building a plant-based lifestyle, this wasn't just a product loss, it was a punch in the gut. Aldi had something special here. Something that filled a gap for vegans looking for quick, clean comfort food. But now? It's as if it never existed. You can't even find it in the seasonal return rumors. It's gone, and it's not coming back. So what happens when your go-to vanishes without warning? Do you settle for a bland, overpriced substitute? Or do you switch stores altogether? This isn't just about losing a frozen pasta. It's about losing trust. Aldi built loyalty by offering value and innovation. But 2025 is shaping up to be the year they start pulling the plug. And the next item on this list proves it's not slowing down. 8. Coconut rings and chocolate. Rich tea biscuits. Let's talk about the kind of snacks that aren't just food, they're memories. Aldi's coconut rings and chocolate-rich tea biscuits weren't flashy, but they meant something. For many, they were the after-school treat Grandma always had in the pantry, or that little midnight reward after a long day. In 2025, though, Aldi made a decision that hit unexpectedly hard. Both are gone. Pulled from shelves without warning, without reason. The reaction? Emotional. Some might call it dramatic, but scroll through the comments and you'll see the heartbreak is real. It's like Aldi doesn't care about joy anymore, one person wrote. And honestly, that's how it feels. These weren't trendy or viral, they were dependable, comforting, and quietly loved. In a world that moves too fast, these cookies reminded us of something simple. Happiness can come in a box. So here's a question for you. What's your Aldi comfort snack? Because if it hasn't vanished yet, it might be next. 2025 is shaping up to be a year of silent goodbyes at Aldi. The kind that don't make headlines but hit you right in the pantry. 7. Blossom Feminine Pads. This one isn't about preference. It's about need. Aldi's Blossom Feminine Pads weren't a fancy luxury, they were a trusted essential. For countless women, this was the affordable, reliable product that did the job without the high price tag. But in 2025, they disappeared. No announcement, no heads up. Just gone. And for the women who counted on it every single month, that's not just frustrating. That's disruptive. We're talking about mothers juggling 3 kids and a grocery budget. College students trying to make ends meet. Women who finally found a brand that worked, and now have to start over from scratch. Some drove to multiple Aldi locations hoping it was just out of stock. But the truth hit hard. It wasn't out of stock, and it was out of the picture. Pulled, phased out, and replaced with nothing. So let me ask you directly, what do you do when a product you depend on vanishes without warning? You feel unheard, overlooked, and frankly, disrespected. This isn't just a matter of shopping, it's a matter of trust. And if Aldi can pull a move like this with something this personal, what else are they willing to cut without blinking? Stick around, because what they did next is twice as frustrating. 6. Simply Nature. Organic hummus cups. If you ever packed lunches, prepped snacks, or needed a quick protein hit, Aldi's Simply Nature organic hummus cups were a lifesaver. Affordable, convenient, and clean. They hit the sweet spot between health and practicality. But in 2025, Aldi decided to quietly phase them out, leaving shelves and snack routines unexpectedly empty. For busy parents, gym-goers, and anyone avoiding junk snacks, this one stings. These cups weren't just trendy, they were dependable. Now, customers are left juggling overpriced alternatives or giant tubs that spoil too fast. And the silence from Aldi? Just another reminder that even your healthiest habits aren't safe anymore. So, what's your go-to healthy snack now? Did Aldi just force you to rethink your entire routine? Because when even organic basics start disappearing, it's more than a phase-out. It's a shift. And you'll want to stick around, because the next product being pulled might affect your pantry and your wallet. Quick pause. If you've ever gone back to Aldi just to find your favorite item missing, hit that like button. And if you want to stay ahead of the next big product vanishing act, subscribe to Frugal Daily. We dig deep so you don't get surprised at checkout. Let's keep going. 5. Dairy Fine Blonde Chocolate Bar and Chili Cheese Rolls. What happens when Aldi takes away both your guilty pleasures in one swing? That's exactly what's happening in 2025 with the phase-out of 2 fan favorites, the Dairy Fine Blonde Chocolate Bar and the Chili Cheese Rolls. One sweet, one spicy. 2 comfort items that shoppers didn't just like, they loved. The chocolate, creamy, rich, and often called better than Milky Bar. The rolls, spicy, melty, and basically mandatory for game day. Now, they're vanishing region by region without a word of warning. What's worse is the confusion it's leaving behind. Shoppers are still hunting, still asking staff, still wondering if maybe it's just out of stock. But it's not. It's being quietly removed from shelves like it never mattered. This isn't just a lost snack, It's a reminder that even the best Aldi finds aren't safe. And let's be honest, when you lose both your sweet fix and your savory treat in one year, it starts to feel personal. So here's something to think about. What would you do if your two favorite comfort foods just disappeared? Would you switch stores? Stockpile the last few boxes? Because that's what some shoppers are doing. Others are still in denial, hoping for a seasonal comeback. But the trend is clear. Aldi is cleaning house in 2025, and no fan favorite is guaranteed. And what's next? Well, let's just say, if you care about your breakfast or your beauty routine, brace yourself. 4. Berry Muesli and Olaplex Dupe Cleanser. Aldi just pulled off a double disappearance that has breakfast lovers and beauty fans equally outraged. The Berry Muesli wasn't just cereal, it was part of a morning routine for health-conscious shoppers. And the Olaplex Dupe Cleanser? TikTok famous, salon-worthy, and wallet-friendly. Now, both are gone in 2025, phased out without a single explanation. Why remove two of the most loved products in their categories? That's the question echoing across social media. Loyal Aldi customers are left confused, disappointed, and scrambling for replacements that just don't match up. This isn't just rotation, it feels like rejection. If you've ever relied on a product that suddenly vanished, you know the sting. So tell me, did you ever try either of these? Are they sitting on your I should have stocked up list now? Because Aldi made it clear, no product is safe in 2025. And if you're already upset, wait until you see what they're pulling next. Even shoppers outside the US are feeling the loss. 3. Deli Smoked Pork Sausage, UK. Even if you've never stepped foot in the UK, this Aldi product tells a bigger story. The Deli Smoked Pork Sausage was a fan favorite, a fridge staple across British homes. Smoky, savory, and perfect for quick meals. It wasn't just popular, it was essential. But in 2025, Aldi started removing it without warning, and fans are still trying to make sense of it. The reaction? Swift and emotional. One shopper even said, "It was the only reason I went to Aldi." That's powerful. When a single product becomes the reason for loyalty, removing it feels like betrayal. And guess what? They're not going back, because when trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild. So here's the warning. If Aldi can quietly cut a customer favorite that drove traffic, what else are they willing to risk? If they pulled this in the UK, what could be next for American stores? Because when one region gets hit, history shows it often spreads. And the next product proves that's already happening. 2. Savor Bakes Water. Biscuits, UK. Here's another UK loss that should make US shoppers pay close attention. Savor Bakes Water. Biscuits were simple, mild, and absolutely perfect with cheese or charcuterie. Crisp, clean, and reliable, the kind of snack you don't think much about until it's gone. And in 2025, Aldi made the quiet decision to discontinue them without explanation. At first glance, you might think, so what? It's just a UK product. But here's the twist. Aldi follows patterns. What gets phased out in one region often disappears globally not long after. That's why this isn't just about British biscuits. It's a sign of what could be coming. If you've got a go-to Aldi item you think is safe, this should make you think twice. So let me ask you, do you believe your favorites are untouchable? Because customers in the UK thought the same. Now they're left staring at empty shelves wishing they had stocked up. Don't get caught off guard. Because the next item? It's not just another product, it's part of people's morning identity. 1. Coconut Coffee. Creamer. This one stings more than most, because it wasn't just a product, it was part of who people were in the morning. Aldi's coconut coffee creamer had a cult following across the US. It was smooth, dairy-free, with just the right amount of sweetness, a small comfort that started the day off right. But in 2025, it vanished. No warning, no phased removal, just gone overnight. And the backlash? Immediate. Social media blew up with desperate comments like, "What happened to my creamer?" And, "Aldi, you owe us an explanation." People aren't just missing a flavor. They're missing consistency. The kind of thing that grounds a chaotic morning. Now, customers are bouncing between brands, trying replacements that never quite feel the same, and wondering why Aldi would cut something so loved. Let me ask you, was this in your fridge too? Are you now stuck with a creamer that tastes like regret? Because this isn't just about one missing item. It's a sign. A sign that even the most personal, most essential Aldi favorites aren't safe anymore. And if they pulled this without warning, what could be next? This list might be over, but the cuts in 2025 are just getting started. Look, this isn't just about spending less. It's about spending smarter. And nothing feels worse than getting used to a product you love, just to have it yanked away without warning. So now I want to hear from you. Which Aldi product disappearing hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments below. And if you thought this list was surprising, wait until you see what Walmart employees say you should never buy. That video is right here, and trust me, you'll never shop the same way again. Catch you there.